Hey, what's up guys, the Chosen One, you know the deal. Today we're going to be doing a Super Dragon Ball Heroes discussion video, and today's topic is episode 11, and we're going to be talking about all the action in this episode and the return of a familiar character, or I should say characters, and you guys are going to know exactly what I'm talking about. But first of all, let's get into the fight. This episode starts off with Evolution Blue Vegeta going one-on-one with Kamioren, the fusion of the two Sephorians, and you can see they're trying to keep up with Evolution Blue Vegeta, and they're kind of matching his speed, but the blows are hitting, and Evolution Blue Vegeta is just hitting Kamioren with these heavy hits. I'm talking kicks to the face, punches to the gut, and in the background we see Goku. He's on the floor, and you know he's still damaged from the attack from Lags, that glass shard attack. And he's watching the fight between Kamioren and Vegeta, and he says, "I'm counting on you, Vegeta." So he's rooting for Vegeta, and I mean, who else would he be rooting for? But it's kind of cool to see, you know, him shouting out words of encouragement to Vegeta as he's just hammering Kamioren. And as Goku's distracted watching this fight, we pan to Lags, and she's standing above Goku, and she's starting to charge up another glass bullet attack. And this is the attack that knocked Ultra Instinct Goku, not Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku, but just Ultra Instinct Goku, knocked him out of Ultra Instinct. And right now he's just in base form, ready to take this massive attack. And right before Lags actually rains down this destruction of glass bullets onto Goku, Trunks jumps in at the last second, interrupts the attack with an energy beam, hitting Lags, kind of throwing her off for a second, and he tells Lags that you're fighting me now. So we have Super Saiyan Trunks here. I believe he's Super Saiyan. I don't know, we'll just say, for the sake of this, we'll just say he's Super Saiyan 2. It's really hard to tell with the hair, the way they draw the characters nowadays, and the way that they draw the hair animation. And I say it a lot, but I used to gauge Super Saiyan 2 by the more spikiness in the hair. And nowadays we have, you know, barely any spikes, like definition. Like when Gohan would go Super Saiyan 2, we'd see all these like spikes in his hair. Same with Trunks. When he would go Super Saiyan 2, just insanely detailed spikes, and it's kind of hard to gauge. Even with the lightning, it's still like the lightning that goes around them as they're powering up, it's still kind of hard to gauge. But right here he has no lightning, so if we're gauging on lightning, we'll just say Super Saiyan 1. But if we're gauging on, I don't know, just where Trunks should be at by now, especially in Dragon Ball Super Heroes, we'll say Super Saiyan 2 for the fact, you know, just because Trunks deserves to be at least in Super Saiyan 2 by now. So he hits Lags with this attack. She starts charging up another glass bullets attack. While this is all going on, there's 3 fights going on all at once. So we're panning back and forth to all these fights. We pan back to Evolution Blue Vegeta going one-on-one against Kamioren. And he's just pounding Kamioren. I'm talking about kicks and energy attacks. Like, Kamioren is nothing even with this fusion to Evolution Blue. And the only one that's been able to take on Evolution Blue was God of Destruction Topo, and that was only for a short moment, and Vegeta was actually able to get the better end of that fight. But yeah, he's just destroying Kamioren. Like, I'm talking like pounding Kamioren into rocks, and yeah, it's a mess. So as this fight is going on, we pan to Jiren and Merged Zamasu fighting, and Jiren is just destroying Merged Zamasu, but the whole thing with this is it doesn't even matter because Merged Zamasu is immortal, and Jiren is doing, like, I'm talking those big blows to the stomach, big punches to the stomach, the signature coughing up the spit, and Zamasu's just taking it. But he's able just to regenerate because he's immortal, and he just laughs at Jiren's attack. So whatever Jiren throws at him, it's really nothing. But power-wise, if Merged Zamasu didn't have this immortality, Jiren would be mopping up the floor with him. But he has that handicap. Well, Jiren has the handicap because Merged Zamasu has that immortality. So, I mean, nothing is working against him. So we pan back to the fight with Vegeta and Kamioren, and Vegeta just charges up one of the most badass final flashes. I'm talking like full power up, arms jacked, veins just bulging. And it just looks great. And what I love about how he looks in Super Dragon Ball Heroes is what I love about this, is that we're getting more scenes of him. In Dragon Ball Super, we only saw so many scenes of Evolution Vegeta, and in this, and in Dragon Ball Super too, I liked how it looked, but they had like this really bright blue aura, and it was really hard to see the actual form because he was glowing so much, and the brightness kind of threw the actual animation off. But what I love about this in Super Dragon Ball Heroes, we're actually able to see him better, and we're able to see like the badass hair. We're able to see like the blue highlights, the royal blue highlights in his hair better. We're actually able to see him without that blue aura. I'm not a huge fan of that like huge, really bright blue aura. It kind of like throws off the animation. I kind of just like them without the aura, regular fighting with the cool, hair, and his body's bulkier, and I mean that's a cool way to. I know that they try to power them up, and as they're flying and stuff, they get that aura around them, but sometimes it's too much, and I really like how they did it in this episode. It's not overdone. It looks great. So he's charging up this massive final flash, shoots at Kamioren, and this is so powerful that it separates the merger of the two Tuffles, and they split apart, and we get this sick scene of Vegeta, and he's got his hands together, and, the smoke is clearing, and his hair looks amazing. He's got the signature veins bulging in his head, and then he just puts his arms down, and he just looks so sick. His arms are huge, but he still has, like, that slim body and the slim waist, so I really love this form. I really love it. I think it's really cool. And the royal blue eyes. And I hope this form just stays for Vegeta. Like, I don't want to see Goku getting evolution. I want this to be exclusively for Vegeta because I really feel like it suits him. And it just looks badass. So, and they're shocked. The Tuffles are shocked from them taking this attack and being able to, get hit and survive. But they were separated. So, the male Tuffle one, he's like, he's strong. So obviously he's strong because he separated their fusion. And then we pan back to Lags and Trunks fighting. They're not really fighting. It's kind of a standoff. Trunks is Super Saiyan. Well, like we'll say Super Saiyan 2. But we know damn well if he takes this attack from Lags, it could kill him. This glass shard attack will kill him. And Goku knows this. So he's kind of laying on the ground, and Lags does some kind of attack. This is cool too. I like this a lot. She punches the ground, and through the ground she sends the glass shards, and then they come up through the ground. And actually, she was going for Trunks, but Goku moves, and throws Trunks out of the way and takes the attack because he knows that Trunks would have died. So he takes this attack, and these are like glass blades coming out of the ground. And here's one thing, and if you guys saw my video, why there's no blood in Dragon Ball Super, I'll link this in the video. Great video, but here's a perfect example. All right, so we have base Goku, because he's not Ultra Instinct. Base Goku taking this blade attack, this glass shard attack. His clothes are all ripped up. His clothes are all torn up, and he's getting cut up. Apparently he's getting cut up, but with the cuts, there should be blood. I mean, come on, he's getting cut by blades, glass blades, and all we have are these like little black squiggles to signify like the cuts or like the scratches, but no blood is coming out at all. I feel like this would have been a perfect spot to have like just blood, not gushing like distasteful gush, but blood to signify the sharpness of this glass shards. But they didn't really capitalize on that. He's kind of just cut up, and he's got the scratches all over his face. He's like, pretty interesting techniques you've got there. And she's just looking at him puzzled, like, this motherfucker is like, there's something wrong with this dude right here. Like, he's just taking my attacks. Like, her face is priceless right there. and Goku's just enjoying it. And then we pan to Hearts, and he kind of steps in the middle of the fight, and he's like, he instructs Lags to go to Universe 3, reinforce Cumber. So I don't know what this means. I'm assuming that she can recruit him, and she's like, do I have to? And he's like, you're the only one that can do it. So, and he says reinforce Cumber. So I'm assuming that she can probably like lock him in some kind of glass, I don't know, containment and transport him. I don't know. That's what I gathered from that. And then we pan to Lags again, or we pan to Hearts, and he's got a cool design. I really like his design. He reminds me kind of like an angel, like Whis, like that kind of race. And he's got these cool kind of like ski sunglasses, this cool trench coat. I feel like there's so many black trench coats in Super Dragon Ball Heroes. I feel like that's a big trademark. He's got this badass scar on his chest, some kind of neck choker, the red, this is like a maroon colored gloves. He's got these gauntlets on his arms. Just a really cool design. I do like him a lot. I can't wait to see him actually fight. So he's like, he actually says to Goku, and then that perfect version of you is going to come out. He's like, I'm going to make this perfect version of you come out. Because he knows that Ultra Instinct isn't the mastered version of him. It's just the precursor. So he knows this, but he's like, that perfect version of you is going to lose to me. He's like, I'm going to bring it out, and it's going to lose to me. And Goku goes Super Saiyan right here. We could probably say Super Saiyan 2. And Goku's basically mocking Hearts, and he's like, sounds interesting, let's do it. And he's just asking for Hearts to bring the mastered Ultra Instinct out of him. And then we see Vegeta, he goes to charge at Hearts, and he's still in evolution. And Hearts does an attack where he basically just puts his hand out, and he's able to floor Vegeta, Trunks, and Goku just by putting his hands out. And what I gather is it kind of looks like he's increasing the gravity to the point where they can't stand, and they basically just smash face first to the ground. We see Vegeta fall straight from the sky and just smash into the ground, knocking him out of Evolution Blue into base form. Same with Goku. He's knocked out of Super Saiyan, and he's grounded. Trunks is just, grounded too, and he's knocked out of Super Saiyan. And then we see Goku stand up. Now, he's in base form. He's actually able to stand up, and we'll say, I don't know, I guess we could call it gravity increase attack or whatever. Some kind of energy that makes it so they're grounded by this gravity, and Goku's able to actually stand up in base form, and this same attack knocked out Evolution Blue Vegeta. So that's kind of crazy that Goku's able to stand up. And then a portal basically opens up over Vegeta, Trunks, and Goku, and out of this portal we see Shin, and he comes out. He tells Goku, let's teleport, and we gotta hurry. And Goku does the instant transmission. He gathers Trunks and Vegeta in this circle, and they basically all just teleport with Shin's, teleportation. He could travel between universes, and they just disappear, and they leave behind. I thought this was so messed up. They left behind Jiren and Toppo. They left them behind to fight Hearts and Merged Zamasu. So Jiren runs up to Hearts, and he tries to charge up an energy beam, and Hearts just locks him in this cubicle energy cell, I guess you can call it, and it just comes out of the ground, locks Jiren in, and Toppo, they just bounce on these dudes. Like, they didn't even try to tell it. Goku didn't even think of using instant transmission. Let's grab Jiren, or let's grab Toppo. We might need these guys later. Just totally bounces on them, and then Jiren gets trapped by Hearts, which is kind of messed up. And Toppo doesn't even know what's going on. He was knocked out half the time. He gets up. He's like, "What's going on?" And he's puzzled. And then we actually pan to Fuse headquarters, and he's looking at all his monitors, and then he looks at one monitor, and they zoom in on it, and it looks like we got the return of Metacooler. And he looks like Metacooler. He's got the robotic face on one side, one eye's blacked out, he's got another white eye, and he looks like he's silver, but it's kind of hard to tell because the camera is kind of tinted green, but he looks like he's got that metal color to him, and this is going to be badass. And I know a lot of younger viewers, they haven't really gone back and watched this movie, The Return of Cooler. I suggest going and watching it, and you guys get the whole concept of this whole meta cooler. I was never a big fan of it just because this whole thing of him fusing with this star or whatever, the Getty star, it was just weird at the time. It was a cool concept. There was a lot of good fights in it. But like I said, I was never a really big fan of Meta Cooler, but I'm guaranteed that we're going to have like this whole Meta Cooler army facing off against, the Z Fighters, and possibly have like maybe some kind of showdown between Final Form Golden Cooler versus this Meta Cooler or a Meta Cooler. I'm sure there's going to be multiples because there was a whole army of Meta Coolers. But yeah, it's pretty cool. That's pretty much how they wrapped up this episode. I thought it was a really good episode. The animation was on point. Everything looked beautiful, from Evolution Vegeta to the fight scene with Jiren and Zamasu. Like, everything just looked so good. It all flowed really good together. The Evolution Blue Vegeta versus Kamioren, amazing. Everything it looks so crisp. And the scoring of the music, I love the soundtrack. Just the different soundtracks of the songs playing in the background, setting the tone of like these epic fights. I thought it was great. But yeah, even the voice actors, everything was on point in this. I just loved it. Can't wait to see the next episode. But yeah, a lot of people complain about like Super Dragon Ball Heroes. The power scaling is crazy. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It's a promotional anime for a video game. Nothing is canon. It's just kind of like what if battles, So you gotta put that into consideration when you watch this. Don't be like, he's so strong, that doesn't make any sense. Why are they bringing these guys back? It's for the video game, and this really has nothing to do with, Dragon Ball Super. So, but other than that, this is like kind of what holds us off until Dragon Ball Super comes back. This is kind of like what we get to watch, until the actual series comes back. And hopefully that'll be soon. But yeah, that wraps it up for this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel for more Super Dragon Ball Heroes content. And check out my live streams on Sunday where I'm streaming Super Dragon Ball Heroes World Mission for the Nintendo Switch. And I have fun playing with you guys. We get active in the live chat. You guys have a good time watching me play. And I also play with the viewers too. I played with my friend last week, and we had 2 epic battles online. I was also playing arcade, and I unlocked a special Bio Broly card, which is really cool. He's huge. He's like this big sludge, and he's like bigger than a building. You got to check it out. I love that game. It's so addicting, collecting the cards, completing your decks. But yeah, I've been really addicted to that game. So make sure you guys check that out. And that wraps it up for this video. Till next time, guys, Power Level Media, Chosen One, out. Yes.